It's quite the find. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Crow's Thrifty Finds. My name is Melanie. So how is everyone's quarter four going? This is like the peak of quarter four. Everybody's shopping for the holidays. It's typically a really, really good time to be a reseller. And I'm definitely finding that out this year. People are shopping. So no joke, yesterday, this is big for me, maybe not everybody that's watching this, but yesterday I had 10 sales in one day, which is huge. That is a lot. I am not normally getting 10 sales in one day. It is more like 1 to 2 sales per day. So getting 10 sales in one day was huge. Today's been a little bit slower, but still, the sales are rolling in. This is the best time of year. My 90-day totals are at record high. So this is good stuff. So I've been selling a lot. I've sold a lot since the last What Sold video that I did a couple of weeks ago. So, or was it last week? Maybe it was last week. Yeah, I guess it was last week. So yeah, but there's been so much that I have plenty to make a video with. So this is not all of my sales, but these are the sales that I believe are most helpful for you all. Things to definitely be on the lookout for as resellers when you're out thrifting or at garage sales to sell in your eBay store. So let's take a look at what's sold. First off, we have a globe. This is a Leapfrog globe. This thing was way cooler than I could have imagined once I put batteries in it. It has this little screen and you can just basically click on anywhere in the world and it shows you like video footage from there, or like really, really cool stuff. So I got this for free off the curb during the big trash pickup that the next town over to me had. And so, yeah, paid nothing. It worked perfect. I sold it for $39.85. Next, we have a vintage Polly Pocket. This is part of a Polly Pocket lot that I purchased. And this lot is almost completely sold. I think I have one left, so I am well in the green. This one sold for $36. I marked the price down a little bit. It's not the most popular set, so, but still, it's $36 in my pocket before eBay fees. Next, we have a Pillow Fort weighted plush. I was talking about these in a previous video that they're kind of bolos. There's ones that are more rare that are great to pick up. They sell good money. This did not sell instantly, but it definitely sold, so that's good. I paid $7 for this from Goodwill. It sold for $37.50. Next, we have a vintage University of North Las Vegas Looney Tunes sweatshirt. Definitely takes me back to the 90s. Looking back at this, I paid a whole $1 for this at a garage sale. I found a lot of really cool shirts actually at that garage sale. And I was able to sell it for $45. And the very same day, I sold another vintage Looney Tunes shirt. So apparently people are after these right now. I thought Looney Tunes stuff was kind of dying out, but apparently not on this day it wasn't. So we got this Wile E. Coyote Chicago Bulls kids shirt. I paid barely anything for this. I don't know, $3 or something. Kids t-shirts are super cheap to buy at the thrift stores. And it sold for $26. Really cool shirt. Next, we have Betty Spaghetti. This must have been a little past my time. I don't remember this. I don't know if this is Y2K or what, but it's vintage to a point. I paid up for this a little bit. Somebody kind of knew what they had. They charged $10 for it, and I bought it. I actually, that's kind of what helped me buy it, because I saw it was $10, and I was thinking to myself, it's kind of a lot for that, I feel like. And then I looked it up, and I was like, okay, little meat on the bone there. So sold it for $34. Next, we have a Pendleton tote. I paid $7 for this from Goodwill and sold it for $50. Pendleton stuff is good. People want it. And I didn't know how a tote would do, but it didn't stay in my store very long at all. So good sale. Next, we have a really big sale. This is a camel blow mold. This is a very rare blow mold. This is vintage. A lot of people want this to add to their nativity sets. And I found this for free in the garbage, was super excited to get it. I thought it might sell sooner than it did, but I figured once the holiday season rolled around, it was going to go, and it did. So this sold for $109 and it's going to Hawaii. So it's going to have its Christmas in Hawaii, which is pretty cool. Next, we have a set of Lego Hero Factory pieces. Again, this was marked up a little bit too, but again, that made me pay attention to it. So $10 I paid for this, and they sold for $31. A lot of interest in it. It did take a little bit to sell, but by a little bit, I mean like maybe 3 months. Next, we have a Yankee Candle. This was a brand new Yankee Candle. It was a discontinued variation, and it was kind of a unique scent. I think it was mango. So I wasn't sure how long this might take to sell because I don't know how many people want mango scented candles, but the crackling wick is nice. A lot of people like that sound that it makes. So I figured it would go eventually. I paid $5 for it, sold it for $24. Next, we have a Bath and Body Works lotion. This is men's lotion. I find men's Bath and Body Works lotion does pretty well. Obviously, you want to check the comps, but there's a lot of different variations of it, and it's worth looking into. So I bought this lotion for $5, sold it for $25. Next, we have a set of Roland headphones. These were brand new in the box. I bought these up in Canada when I went thrifting up there. Paid, I think, $4 US, not very much at all. Turned around and sold them for $24.96. So basically $25. Had these been Sony's, they would have sold for a lot more. But when I see new vintage stuff, I pick it up. So people still want these old headphones. Next, I was so excited to pick these up. These are vintage Converse One Stars. They were new when I got them. I paid $5 for these at a garage sale out in the middle of nowhere, Minnesota, on my way to the lake. And yeah, I paid $5, sold them for $54. Next, we have a pair of Taylor Swift shorts, Tortured Poets Department shorts. I see Taylor Swift anything and I look it up because it's Taylor Swift and she's popular. And actually, it was one of those things where I saw some decent comps when I picked them up. And then, like, once I listed them, all of a sudden I was seeing all these lower comps. And I thought to myself, maybe I shouldn't have bought these. Even though I only paid $1, I still started to question if it was worth it. But they did end up selling for $26. So that, well, actually $26.99, $27. So that they, in the end, they were definitely worth picking up. But, you know, comps were kind of getting all over the place. So I guess maybe I lucked out to get a buyer willing to pay that. Next, Hallmark Jingle Pals. A lot of people look for these. This is kind of, I mean, it's a bolo-ish if you can get them cheap. And there are different value points for these. So some of them are definitely worth more than others. This one was kind of a mid-priced one. So I paid $4 for it at a garage sale, sold it for $26. And actually a couple other ones of these sold as well recently, but I'm just including one, so not to be too repetitive, but they are good to look out for. Just get them for good deals and they'll go. Next, this was a great flip. This is an awesome vintage in mint condition Chicago Bulls vintage satin bomber jacket. Really cool. It was not a chalk line. Chalk line's top of the line for those of you that don't know when it comes to jackets like this. So this one was not top of the line, but still definitely in the condition that it was in, definitely had lots of value. And how about I listed this thing and it sold in less than an hour, which to me is a red flag that I did not price it high enough, but I saw ones in the comps that were lower. So I don't know, maybe it was another situation of, you know, the right size or the right person at the right time. I don't know. It's going overseas. But it sold for $90. I paid $20 for it. So that was an awesome instant flip. I'll take a profit like that, you know, for, you know, the 2 minutes of listing selling in under an hour. So that's fine with me. Next, we have a vintage Hawaiian shirt. This shirt was a pleasant surprise when I looked it up. I only paid $1 or $2 for it. Got it at a rummage sale. Didn't realize the value it would have at first, but I looked it up because sometimes, you know, you just get a vibe about it, and I had a vibe about that, and it sold for $43. Great flip. Next, this is a sculpture of sorts. Usually things like this don't get priced up too high at thrift stores. I paid $5 for it. It's the Annunciation is the name of the statue. Turned around and sold it for 50. It did sit for a little bit, but it went, and I'm only going to hope and pray that I wrap this thing up good enough so that it does not break, because it's a little fragile. So yeah, great flip. Next, we have a pair of vintage fur boots. Super cool. They were featured in a short a long time ago. I actually kept them and wore these for a while. I bought them at an estate sale for, I think, $30 a while back. I had them priced a lot higher, but then I decided I liked them, so I kept them and wore them for a little while and then decided to sell them. So in the end, I didn't make a ton of money off the original purchase price because they sold for 46. However, I wore them for a while, so I look at that as still a win. You know, basically I'm making $15 on something that I owned and wore. But they're fun. I don't know. I just moved on. I like Uggs. So got rid of those. But yeah, 46 and they're on their way to their new home. Next, we have a kids Abercrombie and Fitch jacket. People still buy Abercrombie and Fitch. It's not what it used to be in the late 90s, of course, but is there still a market for it? I say yes. And again, this is a kid's coat. So I paid $5 for this kid's coat, but at the thrift store, turned around and sold it for $33. I had it a little higher, but I marked it down. But still, that is a great sale. Like I said, anytime I can make over $20 on clothes, it's worth it to me. So definitely worth picking up. It was a nice coat. My daughter almost kept it, but and that's going to wrap it up. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope you all have a wonderful continuation of Q4 as people will still continue to shop. Feel free to leave a comment on your best sale that you've had so far this Q4. And until next week, my name is Melanie. This channel's name is Crow's Thrifty Finds, and I'll see you next time.